I am going to teach you how to turn your pets, your actual pets, into AI art that you can print and hang on your walls. And the reason I'm starting at this point is because there's a huge need to learn different AI tools. And people are struggling. I mean, I know I'm nervous all the time that I'm falling behind. And I started using AI, over a year ago. When I first started, the tools seemed really complicated then, but they were actually really simple compared to how they have evolved. Sometimes there's a new feature added every week. And so now I go into the tools and I know how to use them, but I imagine what it's like to be a beginner and to see that interface and to be terrified about how to use it and what does everything mean. And so I want to help this problem by showing people how to use different AI tools and different techniques, how to prompt. And what I really wanted to start with was how to use or how to understand LLMs and how they're built and the networks and how those connections are made. Because understanding that basis really helped me to use AI. But I think that would be a real off-putting topic for my first live stream. I thought I'll go with something a little more interesting and a little more fun, and that is turning your pets into art. It's a great entry point because you're going to go in and learn how to use a tool to do something really fun. But ultimately, my live streams will actually cover a lot of business topics. I actually have a whole booklet here of things that I'm going to be demonstrating and sharing these prompts. How to become a better writer, how to analyze data. And look, when I'm clicking on those tabs, there's actually a lot of prompts under each of these topics. One of my favorite ones right now is marketing. And I've got a lot of prompts for that. But ultimately, it's going to be for business professionals and stuff to learn how to use it. But we're starting with something fun. Today, I'm going to be using ChatGPT and the old Sora. You can do these on a free plan. I'm on a paid plan, but these will work also on the free ChatGPT plan. And also, you are not restricted to doing this just on ChatGPT. That's my preference. But what I'm going to show you could be used on many different LLMs and many different image generators. So this is just the one I know will work for free. So I'm going to demonstrate that. But this will work on any of them. Okay, so basically I'm going to show you how to take just an ordinary picture of your pet and turn it into all kinds of different art. There's kind of three things that go into making this happen. So first, you need a photograph of your pet. You need a good prompt to tell the LLM what to do. And then you need the LLM or the image generator to make this all happen. I want to address this, and I hope this doesn't scare off any beginners, but if you're using an image generator that does not allow you to do a character reference, such as Canva AI, let me show you Canva AI real fast. If you have a Canva account, you have access to Canva AI, and you can use their image generator to generate images. As you can see here, I've done some really cute little things with pets, but they do not allow you to do what's called a character reference, which is what I'm about to show you how to do in Sora. In that case, you're going to have to ask an LLM to analyze a photo of your pet to describe the markings of your animal so that you can put those into your prompt. It is much easier if you just use an image generator that allows you to use character references, such as Sora. Also, Nano Banana allows you to use character references. So I just want to point that out. I'm actually not going to cover that in this video, but I just wanted to mention that. And then the key phrase you'll want to use in your prompts will be to say something like using the referenced image for the animal, or maintain the likeness of my dog in the reference photo. So you'll want to use that in your prompt just to let the AI know to look at that image and that is the pet that you're referring to. And then in your prompt, you can use different artistic styles. You can describe different characters, different settings and scenes, different color palettes, and what have you. So here's some optional artistic styles. So here's what I do to start out. I go to ChatGPT. I do a new chat. And I say, I need 10 art prompts to turn the reference image of my dog or cat or whatever, my dog, into it. You can be specific like a character, or you could say certain types of art. I'm going to say into a princess or fairy tale character. I want to use a pink color palette and be mystical. Okay, so sky's the limit on the prompts here. You're going to send that in, and it's going to then give me some prompts that I can use that will use that phrase, use the uploaded reference image. So now the ChatGPT has given me these prompts. I don't have to write them out myself. I'm just going to copy one of them. Okay. Then you're going to go over to Sora. Now, Sora is a feature of ChatGPT. It is housed separately, so you do have to type in sora.com, but it is actually a feature of ChatGPT, as you can see here in the domain name. Now, you will probably be taken to the new Sora, which is going to look like this. Now, if you're new to Sora, if this doesn't overwhelm you that I'm switching between these, but this is the new Sora. I believe new Sora is only available if you have a paid plan. The new Sora only makes videos. So that's why we need the old Sora, because we're going to be doing images. So to get back, if you're in new Sora, you've got to go down here and say switch to old Sora. And this is what old Sora looks like. Now in old Sora, you can do videos and images, but what we're wanting to do is use images. So you're going to change this to image. You're going to select the plus. You're going to choose upload from device. And I'm going to do, this is Ruthie. This is my daughter's dog. And then I'm going to paste in that prompt. Now, once you've uploaded an image into Sora, it will be saved. And I'm going to show you next how we can go find that in our saved files. And then we're going to choose remix. Then to find the image, once it's created, you'll go to My Media. And you can see here in My Media, we'll have a list of everything that you have done. History back to the very beginning of you making images. Okay, I'm going to go grab another prompt here. Copy that. Go back to Sora. Paste that in. And then I'm going to choose plus, but I'm going to choose from library. And in your library, you're going to have all of your generated images under My Media. And you're going to have your uploads. And these are organized by the date that you've uploaded them. So that's how you can choose it again. So once you've uploaded it, you just have to do that once. And then you can also change the aspect ratios here, and that is the size of the portrait. And let me show you some that I've actually done. So I do these. Oh, that's so cute. I do these as gifts. Get these frames, and I give them to people. So that's one of my daughter's dogs that I've made. This is also one that I made. And then for my son, I made his dog on a dirt bike. So, and I even generated this little ride fast, bark loud graphic. But if you're going to want to print them, you know, I like the longer aspect ratio because most images are that way. However, if you wanted one that's, that way, you could, but it's my daughter's dog on the toilet. It's so funny. I did a whole series of bathroom prints for her to hang in her bathroom. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send this one off. And I've changed the aspect ratio on that one. So you'll see here, it's going to be longer. Okay, so now let's say I'm done with that. I also need some Art Deco prompts in a dark palette. So now I'm referencing an art style, which is Art Deco. And go back. Now I'm pretty sure you only get to run one prompt at a time. Oh, no. I think if you're on the free, you can only do one set at a time. But if you're on the paid, I think I can do 3 at a time. Oh, I can only do 2 at a time. Okay, that's all right. So there's another princess one. And the thing about it is this actually is her exact markings. Like this is my daughter's dog. It even has 2 different colored eyes. This has only been possible in the last like 3 months of the image generators. In the past, it would capture a dog that was similar of the same breed, but it would not capture the actual detail. So this is actually a new thing. That's why it is so amazing. Up until this point, I did do dog art in the past, but before they were able to get them so accurate to my actual pet, I actually would cut out the face, of my dog and put it on a little character that I had generated. So this is really nice. So there we have the styles. Let's try one more of those. And then I'm going to go and show you some art that I've done. Because the possibilities here, I can't even cover all the possibilities of things that you could do. So I just want to show you some stuff. So my sister has 3 dogs. And so I took their personalities and turned them into characters. And then I gave this to her as a Christmas gift. So that's one of her dogs. And then these are so funny to put hair on the dogs and make these old photographs. And like I said, these are the exact markings. This is her exact dog. Here's my son's dirt bike dogs. Here are some different options I had. This is one of our friends' dogs. They ride 4-wheelers and stuff. And so I put their little dog racing so that they can have pictures of their pet racing along with them. And then this is one of Peanut. This is our little long-haired Chihuahua. He actually ran off this year. This was like 3 months ago, and it was during a really cold part of the year. And he was gone for 12 days, and he's almost blind. And so after 12 days, we thought he was dead. I mean, like there was just no way that this little dog could survive because we're out in the woods and there's like coyotes and water crossings and all kinds of stuff. And he was found across town. He had somehow made it through. He hardly weighed anything when they brought him back to me. Someone found him on the road and I saw it on Facebook and I called them and it was unbelievable. Anyway, I made these to tell his story. I made these little cards to put in my Christmas cards this year to tell the story of Peanut. So that's actually what Peanut looks like. And I made these little movie posters. So you can do all kinds of things. And let me see, these are the bathroom prints I did of my daughter's dog. So this is called, this style here is called watercolor splash. I love watercolor splash. It's a watercolor, but it also does like all the splashes. It's pretty simple, watercolor splash. And I did it just in different color palettes, so it was kind of like a rainbow effect. These are great gift ideas. Let's go back and take a look here. Aw. No, I don't like that. Okay, let's try some cart. I want some pop art cartoons with bones and hearts. Pop art is a really vibrant style. It's kind of like a vector art. So it's going to be really bright and really, I don't know, kind of has like some abstract shapes. Actually, you'll just see it here in just a minute. So you'll just have to wait. I don't know what that is. Okay. Let's pull this one here. And there is a really cool effect I like. It's called knolling. Knolling prompts with dog items. Knolling is when you have like in the center a picture of something and then you have all their equipment on the outside. That's called the knolling effect. I really love that. So show you what that looks like. Okay, looks like this one down here. So see, that's that pop art style. That's a fun little look. These would be really fun, like Christmas cards and stuff. Actually, that's something else that I've done in my prompt book. Let me go back and show you that. Go back to pet art. Yeah, I did pet treats. So let me show you one of these as well. These you can really personalize. So not only with the pet's picture, but also with the name. So we'll call these Ruthie's. Okay, I still have two running right now, so we'll have to wait for one of those to finish up. So let me go back. We're about done here. Let me make sure I've covered all of this just to give you some ideas. So different settings you could use. You could put your pet in the mountains. You can put your pet in Las Vegas, gambling. You can turn them into different characters or different art, pieces of art that you've seen. You can turn your pet into them. Just reference the piece of art. And then also you can use different color palettes. So if you're making a piece of art, you know, to go in a certain room, you can say, use these colors. And then, oh, when you're done, you're going to want to choose the download option. So let me just pull this one up. So up here is your download option. That's what you're going to want to use. That's going to give you the highest quality and the highest resolution for the image. If you just copy it, so you can right click and copy and then paste it, you're going to get a lower resolution using that method. So you'll want to use the download option. That's cute. And then here's that nulling effect. Oh, so it didn't actually include the dog, so I would go back then and I would say on the nulling prompt in the middle. Okay, we'll wait for those two to get done and then we will be done here. So let's just make sure we've covered everything. Always download the images. And here is your full transformation. Actually, Notebook LM made this presentation for me. I'm going to show you actually that too. Basically, all I did is I pasted in the instructions that I actually have. This is what the instructions look like. Just that right there is what I pasted in. And Notebook LM created this very nice presentation for me to share with you. Notebook LM is a tool used with Gemini, but you can use it for free. So the limitations on using Notebook is you can only use that. You can only generate like a certain number of presentations and infographics in a single day. Let me show you the infographic. That was actually on the thumbnail. I use Notebook LM to generate that, also based on that, that little paragraph that I showed you. So if you need to know how to use Notebook LM, I do have a video on my channel. You can go look that up and it will show you how to, create notebooks and how to use those different features. It's super, super powerful. I mean, that presentation 2 minutes to generate. So pretty amazing. Okay, let's see that's kind of scary, but that would be a treat label. And I would not like that one. She looks scary. I did this with my sister's dogs and her dogs turned out cute, but not really. Okay, so here's that nulling effect. So we get her in the middle and then these cute little things on the outside. So I think I'm going to call that an end. So I think I had one person end up on here. Thank you very much for joining me. This was my very live stream, and I plan to do them every week to teach people how to use different tools to get to be more productive and get more done. And also to use it for like therapy and to create art. So I think it's very powerful for many reasons, not just for business. I think it actually kind of expands your own mind in a therapeutic kind of way. So hope to see you next week. Thank you very much and have a good day. And now if I can figure out how to shut off my live stream, I will actually be out of here. Okay. End stream. Easy enough.